Hi, I'm Colin, and this is Sci-Fi Deep Dive. So we talk a lot about the Galactic Civil War on this channel, and I figured now was a good time to discuss an icon of the Rebel Alliance. That, of course, is the Xwing. So in its service to the Rebel Alliance, the Incom T-65B X-Wing would become an icon of what the rebellion against the Empire stood for. The image of an X-Wing in your skies would often mean liberation from Imperial oppression and the approach of the Rebel Alliance. But where exactly did the Rebel Alliance get these iconic starfighters? Well, before we talk about the X-Wing, we have to talk about the company that manufactured them, Incom. Incom is a starfighter manufacturing company that dates back to the days of the Old Republic. They had several notable designs present in the Republic Navy seen during the Clone Wars, specifically the Z-95 Headhunter and the ARC 170. Looking at both of these fighters, it's easy to see how these are predecessors to the famed T-65 X-Wing. So seeing how well Incom fighters performed during the Clone Wars, they had a good shot at manufacturing fighters for the new Galactic Empire. And their bid for the main fighter for the Galactic Empire was the X-Wing. That's right, the X-Wing was originally designed to be the mainstay fighter of the Galactic Empire. I find this actually pretty odd because the fighter was a far better fit for the Rebel Alliance than it ever would have been for the Empire. But nonetheless, the original intended customer was the Imperial Navy. However, as we all know, the X-Wing did not serve in the Imperial Navy. You see, the Empire actually did sign off on the X-Wing becoming their primary fighter. As a result, Incom began manufacturing large numbers of T-65s. However, after manufacturing had begun, the Empire decided to change strategies a little bit. They had found a much cheaper option for their starfighters, and that was the Sinar Fleet System's TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter was cheaper and as a result could have been purchased in larger numbers. With the Empire deciding to go with the cheaper TIE Fighter, it put the development of the X-Wing in an awkward position. Here you have Incom, which has designed, developed, and begun producing a brand new starfighter, and now they don't have their customer anymore. And in that short time that they were producing X-Wings, they had actually managed to make quite a few. So you can imagine Incom was jumping for joy when the Rebel Alliance approached them, asking to buy these fighters. They made some deals that would obviously have to be kind of under the table and got some of these T-65s to the Rebel Alliance. In fact, they ended up getting basically all of them to the Rebel Alliance. So that's how they got their X-Wings in canon. In Legends, it's only slightly different. In Legends, the X-Wing was proposed not as an alternative to the TIE Fighter, but to supplement the TIE Fighter. However, the Empire not only turned down the X-Wing, but ultimately decided to nationalize Incom. Fearing nationalization, many of the Incom engineers defected to the Rebel Alliance. When they defected, they took with them the plans and several prototypes for the starfighter that they had been working on, a starfighter that would become known as the T-65 X-Wing. With the prototypes and the plans now in the hands of the Rebel Alliance, they could begin manufacturing the X-Wing, and it quickly became their mainstay fighter from there. From that point on, the rest is history. The X-Wing was enshrined in history when it played the significant role it did in the Battle of Yavin, and would become famous for destroying the Death Star. From that point on, it was a symbol of the Rebel Alliance, and would be one of the mainstay space superiority fighters used by the faction until the very end of the war. But I want you to tell me down in the comments what you think about the T-65 X-Wing. Do you like how it ended up in the hands of the Rebel Alliance, or would you have preferred it to happen a different way? And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, or you just want to see more sci-fi discussions, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.